Going live. I think we are live. Good morning, noon, or night, everybody. Good evening, really. It's the FA Cup draw. I'm joined, of course, by David. We're going to be chatting a little bit before the actual draw because it's, always takes such, we've got one person in the chat already. That's absolute limbs. Two people, crikey. Make sure to leave a lot. I was just expecting to get no viewers, to be honest, because I'm just, but instant sort of predictions. Well, I'll go with you first. Who would you like?
Ooh, yeah. I always say I just don't want to be with a team in the same league as us. So I'll be happy with anyone that isn't a Premier League team. But anyone in particular, I mean, like a low-ranked team would be favourable because you're probably going to stand a chance of winning. I know Tamworth are like the lowest-ranked team, but so something like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind Derby, honestly. With playing them as a Premier League team would be pretty cool, and you'd hope and think we could beat them. So, yeah. I don't really mind, honestly. Here we get. This is an interesting draw.
Yeah, I think that it could potentially get a bit ugly. If I'm totally honest, if we played Derby, I'd love that. I'd love me a bit of that.
Yeah,
but well, I mean, I can't be too confident. I suppose that's never good, but give it a good go. Who I'd probably most like to see Derby. I would like to see Derby. That would be great. Always nice to see. I think it would be nice to give them a real nice sort of kick to remind them that we're there.
Yeah. It don't want to be like like it was for so many years. We were in the same league and we were just playing each other every single season. Just a little reminder of like, oh yeah, we're still better than you, and by far now.
Definitely.
Like, we're now a Premier League team and 6th in the Premier League. So, come a long way.
Yeah, it's definitely massive. I mean, one personal thing for me that I'd like to see potentially a Cardiff away, because I reckon I'd probably get a ticket for that. Not that far away from me, because I'm obviously based in Bristol. It's that wouldn't be too bad of a draw for me at all. And you get the whole end when you go Cardiff in the FA Cup as well. I think that Leeds did a few years back, and we got to see that. That was great. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Well, who would you like least? Because I think the likes of a Brentford or a Bournemouth or something for me, I'd hate that.
You see, I see where you're coming from. I'd rather like avoid a big 6 side, because I know we've beaten Liverpool, drawn with Chelsea, but I want to try and go on a bit of a cup run ideally. So if you just get Liverpool, I know we're the only team to beat Liverpool, but it's probably going to be the hardest chance of going through, really. So I'd like to avoid a big 6 team. I mean, the further you go, the more chance you're going to get. But at this stage, you could have anyone in the pyramid, really, technically. So it would be, maybe a bit annoying if we got someone like that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it would be the best at all. I mean, a cup one would be really nice. I hope that we don't get someone like Tamworth, like one of the non-league ones where everyone wants us to lose and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't like being that team, because you can't really win in that scenario. Because if you go through, then everyone's like, oh yeah, you should be beating those. But then if you lose, then you're an embarrassment, and it's there's no real winning there. But I think
you could be on the receiving end, couldn't you? Of a real upset.
Yeah, like Championship or League One. So I think that another two that I would really like. Mainly, I'm thinking of aways here: Birmingham or West Brom. I think that Birmingham have got quite they give quite a good allocation. I think West Brom I know do, because they've got a really good away end by the looks of it. So I would really quite like that. I think.
Yeah,
they're doing the normal. Yeah.
Maybe like a Championship away team, like obviously, stadiums you haven't been to for a few seasons, like just a little revisit there. Like we went to Blackburn a few years ago, and that was the League Cup, but that would be interesting, maybe. You got that?
Yeah, no, I went to that Blackburn one. I think the Blackburn would be quite a nice one because they've got a massive away allocation and they'll give you like 7,000 or something like that. Like Leeds were harping on about having had 7,000 there this weekend. I think that would be
Right.
quite. I don't know who else. Well, I mean, you get any of the big six clubs. To be fair, will give you a massive away allocation because they have to. But it's you can just pick who you like, really.
Yeah.
Because everyone has to give a decent size away allocation. I don't want someone like a Burton or like, well, no, not Burton because they're out, but an example of just a team who are just sort of there with, a small stadium that you're not going to get many away fans in and stuff like that. See, maybe QPR arguably because they've got 2 tiers of their stand, but meh. It's very meh.
Yeah, I think like maybe like a top end League One side would be something interesting.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm getting at.
A team that's doing well and like got quite a lot of hype, like Birmingham, Wrexham, Stockport,
Wickham. I mean,
like
to be fair, I think that Birmingham will be my pick out of League One, or maybe Charlton. Not necessarily doing particularly good, I don't think, but I do quite like Charlton. I'd like to see us play against them because I know that Valley's a good ground. See, anywhere in London's accessible for me, so I wouldn't really mind that. I mean, Dagenham and Redbridge, they've probably got a away-end capacity of about 5, so I wouldn't really tangle with that. But see, that's what I really don't want is like a League One or League Two team or just a small team at home because that's just boring. I mean, Blackpool took us to a replay last year, had to go all the way up to Bloomfield Road, didn't get home until like 3 a.m. because it went to extra time. Yeah, it's just not brilliant, is it? We don't like that sort of thing.
Obviously, Blackpool are out, but yeah, that wasn't good, was it?
Blackpool are out?
Yeah, we can't get those.
That's no hate to Blackpool, but that's fantastic news. We don't have to go up to Blackpool again. Yeah. Oh, to be fair, not really. No, it won't be. They won't go to replay anyway, will they? It was a shame that who was it that Harborough got robbed of a replay against Reading. That would have made them a huge pot of cash, which is a shame.
Yeah, I think it's sad. I mean,
I think it is sad.
The early rounds, there should be replays, really.
Yeah. So I think initially I was very happy for the thing to scrap the replays. Don't have to bother with those. Nothing too bad. I didn't really sort of think about it that much, and I was just like, yep. Having to go to replays against Bristol City and against Blackpool was pretty annoying. But I think that it's a shining example, the likes of Harborough, when they deserve to have a replay against Reading and bring a team like Reading to Harborough, like an actual League One team, a team who's been in the Premier League not that long ago, a team who's been in the Championship not that long ago, and they could have brought them to their home ground, and they've been denied the opportunity, and I think that is quite cruel. So I think that now I'm very much on the stance of I think that replays, that's should be fine, because you look at these big teams moaning about playing too many games. All of the teams in the league below play in a league with 4 more teams. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, you're playing Champions League, but everyone else has 8 more fixtures than you.
Yeah. And the teams that complain the most are those big 6 clubs. And, those that are in Europe now play 2 extra group games as well. There's 8 league games now, technically, in the Champions League, Europa Conference. So, teams like City, they're complaining about potential replays, but they're playing more games in Europe. And even if you go into the playoffs as well of the European competitions, you've got those 8 games, and then you've got a playoff round as well as knockout football. So it's that's a lot more football, but it's just European football. So why sacrifice a replay for a smaller club in England, like Harbour Town? They could do with a replay against even a League One side. So
yeah, it'd make them loads of money. It'd make them absolutely loads of money. Fantastic for it.
Yeah. So it's sad that they've been pretty selfish, really. I mean, I know like Nuno for Forest, he was complaining about it last year, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it was our own fault that we went to those 2 replays. We just weren't good enough in the first
yeah.
2 games. So
See, it's never good, going into a replay as one of these bigger teams. We never want it, but I think that that's absolutely outweighed by how much it benefits the smaller clubs. It's at the
absolutely,
end of the day, it's just, oh yeah, that's kind of annoying, but for the other clubs, it makes their year, doesn't it? I say Harbour Town,
absolutely.
if they brought Reading back to their place, that would go down in their history, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, totally.
And that would have been amazing for them. And it's nice that you have seen still the likes of Tamworth, and you've seen the likes of Dagenham and Redbridge get through. I think that's fantastic. But give them that, give
Yeah,
them that replay. I think they deserve it. It's the draw's still not on yet. I think I said at the start that I thought it would come on about 1:15. So this isn't too bad. Hello to the
instead of a
5
lot of
people
talking.
watching. Anyone, sort of comment. Just who's your team if you're not a Forest fan, and who would you like to draw? I think that I'd be quite inclined Derby or Cardiff away. I think Derby at home or Cardiff away. And what are your ones again?
I said Derby as well. Honestly, just not a Premier League team would do for me, but an interesting
just anyone who's
sort of
not.
tie. An interesting sort of tie would be, a team we haven't played for a while, a team that are, quite a big side maybe, or are heading in a good direction wherever they are, but a side that you'd probably expect us to beat, really.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of who's sort of in the championship.
Someone like
So
Sheffield
I think
Wednesday.
the QPR away, because they've got 2 tiers. Someone like Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, I'd like that, because there's always a nice sort of there's been a nice feel between Sheffield Wednesday and Forest for a little while, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is nice. I'll have a little look. I think that we're ball number 24. I think they've looked on the ones to draw out here. The big ones are Arsenal 2, Chelsea 10, Liverpool 20, Man City 22, Man U 23, Tottenham 40, Salford 45, Dagenham and Redbridge 50, Tamworth 53, and 60 Bromley. So, yeah, Dagenham and Tamworth 50 and 53 are sort of the ones to look out for. And I think we're about to get underway. So, are you actually watching it, or are you just relying on what I say?
I am watching it. I'm going to be a few seconds behind you, so you're going to know a bit earlier.
Well, I'll sort of call it out. I guess you can go off that if you like. So we're going to give an instant score prediction. We'll see what.
Yeah.
See, that's my little. Yeah. I think that's that's what makes us a little bit. It makes us a little bit different here. It's rather than just a reaction. It's a prediction. So first out of the hat, that's 36, which is Southampton. Let's get a nice little bit of Portsmouth in there. That'd be lovely. 39, 36 and 39. Swansea. That's Southampton v Swansea. Russell Martin Derby. I would have quite liked Swansea away. Number 2, it's Arsenal. I guarantee you we get Arsenal away. That would be so
Can
we
not? Can we not get Arsenal? I don't want that.
Oh my God. It's 23. We're 24. It's Man United who've drawn Arsenal away. We were that close. My word. But that's 2 big boys out the way straight away. We've got 47.
I do like that aspect.
That's Exeter. Exeter's down my way. I think that we'd probably get a ticket to that, potentially. 29, who is Oxford. Exeter, Oxford. Is that all League 1 or Exeter in League 2? I think Exeter might be in League 2.
Oxford are Championship.
Oh, yeah, they are, aren't they? Okay, 48. Yeah. We've got Leyton Orient, another London one, versus number 13. That's Derby County. Derby are already out. So we're not getting Derby. 62. That's going to be a low-ranked one, isn't it? Reading. I swear to God, if we get Reading away, Oh, number 8, Burnley. Reading against Burnley.
That's
This is fun. Number 3,
not the most exciting one.
that's Aston Villa. I wouldn't mind Aston Villa away, to be fair. I wouldn't actually mind that
We're
because
gonna
they'll
get
have a big
someone in the Prem that
allocation
will
because
be-
they'll have like a
that wouldn't
5k
be too bad.
allocation. Number 43, which is West Ham, Aston Villa, West Ham. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Premier League teams out already. 27, that's Norwich. I know that Matt's going to be really, really hoping that this is going to be us, Norwich away. Number 6, which is Brighton. Norwich against Brighton?
That's not bad.
That's not bad. We've completely blanked giving these score predictions, mind.
Yeah,
22.
we have
This is
actually.
Man City. Man City. You can feel this being us now, can't you? Man City, that'd be a massive away allocation, to be fair. 45. Salford. Wow. That is a bloody good draw,
That's
that.
a great
Man
draw.
City versus Salford at the Etihad. 3-0 City.
4-0 City.
4-0 City. Okay, 25. We've had 23 and 25 already out. Millwall. That's not a good draw. I don't want that. 50. That's... Oh, my word. That's tasty. Dagenham and Redbridge against Millwall. That'll be 2-0 Millwall, I reckon.
I'm going to go
Liverpool
2-0.
out. Liverpool out next. Let's hope that they get I'm hoping that they get number 10 Chelsea. Fingers crossed. They've got number 51. They've avoided us. 51 is Accrington Stanley. Liverpool v Accrington. That's another brilliant draw. 5-0 Liverpool.
5-0.
Bristol City. I'd bloody love it if we got Bristol City away. That would be brilliant. Oh, that's 44, not 24. Bristol City v Wolves. I'll say 3-1 Wolves, actually.
2-0 Wolves.
Next up, number 32. Number 32, Preston North End. That'd be a big trek. 46. I like seeing the big numbers. Charlton Athletic. That's Championship v League One. I'll say 1-0 Preston. Number 10, Chelsea.
1-0 Preston as well.
If we get past Chelsea, then we've avoided Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal. That'll be all of the top 6 gone. And they've got 59. That's going to be someone small. Morecambe, Chelsea v Morecambe. We've avoided Chelsea. We've avoided Man United. We're at home.
Chelsea.
We're at home. We're out the draw. It's 24.
Oh.
20. Oh, no, never mind. We're not 24.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. That's Middlesbrough against number 4. I thought that was us. It must be Blackburn Rovers. Oh, I've got no idea what we are then. Number 1. That's probably Bournemouth. Hold on. Middlesbrough v Blackburn. I'll say 1-1, just for the sake of it. Bournemouth v... That's 42. West Brom. Bournemouth v West Brom. That could be all right, potentially. I'll say 2-1 Bournemouth. Nice and safe. 55 out next. I've just seen the little table thing. We're number 28. Mansfield. It'd be crazy if we drew her.
I wouldn't want Mansfield. That'd be good.
I think the Mansfield will be disappointed that they've got another team in League One there. They've got Wigan. I'll say 2-1 Mansfield up to town. Tamworth out
2-1.
here. Tamworth are out now. Who's going to get Tamworth? I'm hoping for Tottenham. They're the highest ranked team left. Number 4, Tamworth versus Tottenham. Oh my word.
That's a big draw,
We've got
that.
some tasty draws in here, haven't we?
That's a big draw. I like that one.
That's lovely stuff. And we've avoided all of the big
6-0
six.
Spurs.
We've avoided all of the 6. Number 16 are next out. Not sure how that's Hull City. Don't want them. Versus 61, which is Doncaster. Hull v Doncaster, all Yorkshire affair there. I'll say 6-0 Spurs, by the way. Hull versus whoever. I missed that. Sunderland away.
Go 2-0 Hull.
It'd be a bit annoying. 37 is Sunderland v Stoke. Yeah, not brilliant. I'll say 3-1 Sunderland. 19 Leicester. They'd have to give us a big allocation and bite their tongues here. 33, which is QPR. Leicester against QPR. That's a very good draw for Leicester. That's a draw that I'd be happy with for Forest. Next out is number 5. That's Brentford. I said that we'd draw Brentford. I said that we'd draw Brentford on Twitter. and it's 30. We avoid Brentford. Brentford
Plymouth.
play Plymouth. I'll say that'll be the shock of the round. Plymouth 1, Brentford 0.
Rooney's
Coventry
gone
up
then,
next.
do you think?
I wouldn't mind that because they'd give us a big cup allocation, I reckon.
Oh, yeah,
And that's travelable for me as well. They've got
I'll be a fan of
35
that.
at Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday out of it. I tell you what, they've got Sheffield United on there. I wouldn't mind that at all.
2-1 Coventry.
26. 26 is out next. That's Newcastle. Please not Forest. Please not Forest.
No.
Newcastle away. Please no.
Not again.
No.
No.
Bromley. Newcastle
Oh,
v
that's it.
Bromley. These little clubs are getting their big draws, you know. That's very good to hear.
This is what I love
Everton.
about the club. First 3 rounds.
I'll say 2-0 Newcastle for that one. Safe. Everton have got 56. That's someone small, Peterborough. We've got quite a good few mismatches in here, which is quite nice. I'll say just 1-0 Everton. Next out the hat is Wickham. I said that I wouldn't mind Wickham, but to be fair, there's probably no good away end allocation for that. But they've got Portsmouth instead. Now we are back in that we've not got that many teams who we could draw. Next up, 54. That's Birmingham City. I said that I really like Birmingham away because we'll get a big allocation for that. Come on. 52 Lincoln. Birmingham v Lincoln. That's all League One. That's not nice. The teams who we've got left to draw are Cardiff, Palace, Fulham, Ipswich, Leeds. Leeds are just out now. So Leeds are at home against someone. Ipswich, Luton. There's us, Sheffield United, Watford, Bristol Rovers, Stockport, and Harrogate. Leeds have got number 63, Harrogate. Leeds v Harrogate, Yorkshire Derby.
There's some really mixed match draws here, aren't there?
Beautiful. These are some brilliant draws.
Great draws here.
Let's have a look. Who's next? 28. We are officially out the hat. We're going to be at home in the third round. Who is it going to be against, though? Number 21, Luton. We've got Luton. We've only drawn Luton.
Mate, that's quite comical.
Oh, my word. They just won't go away.
They won't go away, will they?
Luton just won't bloody go away. They come to the City Ground again.
It's going to be
Sheffield
some
United
banter
v
with that
Cardiff, Forest v Luton. I've got to give that. Oh, man. Luton.
Mate.
Oh. That's a huge draw.
And it's the second time I've ever seen Luton play this for me.
Oh yeah, did you see that you saw them in the Championship? Well, I've seen us fail to beat them twice last season. Fulham. Wait, who did Bristol Rovers draw? Bristol Rovers have just been out, but I didn't see who they got. Fulham and Watford, Palace and Stockport. I think Rovers might have drawn Ipswich. I'll have to have a look at that again. Fulham, Watford. I'll say 2-1 Fulham. And it's going to be Crystal Palace against Stockport in the last game. I want to keep an eye out for who. Luton, man. Luton. You couldn't write it. You absolutely couldn't write it.
That's quite funny.
This has been a brilliant draw, to be honest.
It's some great draws.
Yeah, there's some really, really good draws in there. And we've not been shafted by getting a massive team away from home either.
We should definitely be winning that as well.
Well, yeah, they've been really, really poor this season, but I feel like it's replay of the 59 final. Well, who are my favourites in all of these? Probably Southampton, Arsenal, Oxford, Derby, Burnley, Villa, Brighton. I think it was Brighton. Hold on. Millwall, Liverpool v Accrington Stanley. That's a huge draw. Bristol City hosting Wolves is big too. Chelsea v Morecambe. That's massive. Tamworth hosting Tottenham is absolutely huge news. Who else have we got up there for a big draw? Newcastle v Bromley. Everton v Peterborough is good as well. Leeds v Harrogate, that's massive. Forest v Luton, I do not mind that draw at all. I don't mind that at all. Ipswich.
Relegated Prem team.
Ipswich are hosting Bristol Rovers. Sorry?
we've got a team we've got a lot of history with just last season. And the season before, actually, when we not the season before.
Well, the season before that, there's been a lot of animosity between Luton and Forest, hasn't there? I was hoping for like Bristol Rovers or something. That'd be mint. But
Luton they're not the team that they were there, Luton. So
yeah, no, they're certainly not. They've been really, really poor this season. That's wow.
It's a little bit dull, but
that's been one of the best draws there's been in a while. There's overall, a couple of the big teams have drawn each other. I think that our biggest thing there is that we've avoided a Big Six club. We've avoided a Premier League club as well, which is lovely. Luton just won't go away, will they? They just won't go away. I'm
actually quite pleased because they're one of the few teams that I've not seen that many times. The only time I did,
I've not seen them too many times. I was hoping for someone who I haven't seen live before, there's a few. I'm trying to think because I've never seen Middlesbrough live. I don't think that would have been nice if we had to have a home draw.
I haven't either. I've not seen Middlesbrough. I missed that one when we got promoted.
See, I didn't go to that many games in the promotion season, to be fair, because I think we couldn't really justify it because we were crap. And then we just couldn't. And then we just couldn't really get sort of tickets. We got a load of away tickets near the start of the season because they were down near us, but we were like, well, don't know how much we can really sort of make this journey because it's it's a 6-hour round trip generally. But then I think that we sort of from that season when it started heating up a little bit, we were like, yeah, we'll get to everything that we can. We got to everything we can. We got a membership first season up. And I've hardly missed any games at all since we've been up. Any home games. I missed 2 in the first season. I missed a Carabao Cup one as well. I missed the Carabao Cup one against Spurs. And
that was a good game.
That was a good game, yeah. And then I missed Southampton and Brighton, which were 2 of the best performances in that entire season. Last season, I went to every single home game. That's cup, that's league, absolutely everything. No failure there. And this season, I've missed Palace at home because I was on holiday and they moved it. They moved it to the Monday. I flew out. I was going to go to that game if it was on the Saturday, but they flew us out. But we were flying out on the Sunday, and the game they moved it to the Monday.
Yeah,
which that was just
the only
shocking
game that I've missed. That's right. Yeah, the only game that I've missed since we've been a Premier League team was Luton. So
well, yeah, one.
You couldn't plan it like that, could you?
Yeah, you absolutely couldn't write it. That throws up. I think. Hold on, I'm trying to think of the other big draws. You've got Liverpool v Aki Stan. That's huge. I think Chelsea v Morecambe. You've got Newcastle against Bromley. You've got Man City v Salford, which is huge. That's absolutely massive. That's massive. That.
Yeah, there's some very big because there's no replays, obviously, but they are still going to be these big games for these smaller teams.
See, my only sort of issue with this draw, and it's not that much of an issue to be fair, is the fact that on paper you've got a lot of big sides that are looking to get straight through.
Yeah, that's the end.
Oh yeah, Tamworth v Tottenham, that's massive as well. But our biggest fuss is always going to be Forest against Luton. I don't even know what to predict for that. That's it'll be really, really interesting the attitude that Luton have coming into this. Really, because I think that they'll feel like they want a bit of revenge for last season.
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned after how we played against Blackpool, but I think we've come a long way since then. Hopefully.
Yeah, so, I don't think that
if we rotate against Luton, we should do because it's the cup game. And a lot of players haven't really, Miguel has only played once, for example, getting knocked out straight away of the League Cup. some players haven't really played as many as they probably should have done.
Yeah, I think there'll be some players like that who'll be very much very willing to, fight for that spot. I think that Carlos Miguel's going to be a massive one because Sales hasn't put much of a foot wrong this season. So, Miguel's not really had sort of a chance to earn himself a place. So he will be, or he'll be well up for that. I'd imagine that he'll definitely be starting that game. I was very happy with him against Newcastle, to be honest. I wouldn't have any issue with seeing him.
Yeah. He's been a very good backup keeper for us.
I think it'll be nice with us as well because we definitely won't be on telly. So we won't have a stupid kickoff time. It will be a Saturday 3:00 probably. Because I think it's that first. Because I'm pretty sure the round is that first weekend in, or maybe the second weekend in January. So that's like, that's the 11th of January. That should probably be played, I think. Yeah, that's I'm really happy with that draw. I don't mind that at all. I reckon we can win, but we need to be careful not to write them off. I'm glad that we've not got them at their. I wouldn't have been happy if we'd got them at their place, but visit to the City ground. I don't mind it.
I'm more confident at home, definitely.
It'll be cheap tickets as well. It won't be like Newcastle. They charge just £30.
Yeah, hopefully it wouldn't be too much because it's like, a championship team.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, you look at like Newcastle being Cat A fixture. I think that charging us that much anyway was shocking, and I'm sure that Marinakis will have seen the half-empty ground and not liked that. See, 11 people in the 10 people in the stream. Don't leave any more, anyone. Tell us what you think of that draw. If you're not a Forest fan, then let me know what you think on your team as well. 11 people, definitely. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps an awful lot. It only takes a second to just just leave a little like. Oh, great! I've got 2 people leaving. Yeah, no. Comment down below. What do you think of the draw? Did you enjoy the draw? What did you think of it? Woeful draw, Taylor. Taylor, are you a Forest fan? Who do you support, Mr. Taylor Sterling? I want to see who's got a bad draw. I don't think there are any particularly awful draws in there. I don't think that Luton will be happy with playing us either because they will have. I think they will be quite happy to. I think they would have really liked. You are a Forest fan. Oh right, I'm surprised that what sort of teamwork were you looking for, Taylor? Were you after like a big team or like say Derby or something? I won't wait too much. I feel like I've just sort of done Derby a little bit dirty there, but got to do what you've got to do. It'll be a really, really interesting draw. Rather a really interesting game, I think. And
hopefully,
yeah, fingers sort of crossed. I want some more comments, some more sort of thoughts on the draw before I leave it here. Was hoping for the obvious derby, yes, but would have also liked Mansfield. Yeah, a local one would have been really nice, I reckon. That would have been good. I don't mind Luton because it means I'll have my pick of the seats. Because nobody's going to be swarming on that, are they? That'll probably get to decent sort of members. I was thinking I've really been thinking of looking at like halfway line Peter Taylor stand. It's it'll be a lovely little view there, but like in front of the sort of posts.
Yeah.
But they're dead expensive. They're like the most expensive ticket, like near the dugouts. They're like the most expensive tickets. But like in the FA Cup against the Championship team, they'll still only be like 15, 20 quid.
Yeah.
For me, it'll be less than a regular league game because a regular league game is about 20 quid for me, I think. But yeah, Mansfield Derby would have been nice. Would have been nice to see Notts if they'd have come through. I don't know who they went out to actually, because I don't think I saw them in that draw, did I?
Who's that?
Notts.
I think they got knocked out.
What do you think of the new season ticket prices? I think that's much more David's to talk about. I don't actually have a season ticket. I've got whatever the best membership is, but I don't
Yeah,
like pro or plus or whatever. I've got the highest membership, so I've got guaranteed home tickets, but I've not got a season ticket. But on the season ticket waiting list, so.
being in the
What
Premier League, it's
do
going to
you
be
think of the new
much
season
higher
ticket?
demand.
Higher
Yeah,
prices,
it's going
higher
to be
demand.
a
Did you
higher
say?
demand, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I said, did you say higher prices, higher demand? Is that what you said?
yeah, it's going to be, isn't it? But I personally, it is frustrating. Like, when we're first in the Premier League, my season ticket was £150. This season, it was about 800.
Wow, that bump up is crazy. But to be fair,
Insane.
have you gone up an age thing? Because I thought that you'd have.
But that's the thing. They've also adjusted the age bracket as well. So there's some people who are now no longer in that bracket, who just unfortunately happen to be out that bracket now. They then go up a huge amount. When if they kept the bracket the same, they wouldn't have done. So it's like just because they chose to change it. So I think it personally, some areas are far too expensive. But
It's pricing younger people out is never
exactly,
going to be good, is it?
yeah,
But I suppose I can sit on my little membership and smile because
yeah.
at the end of the day I know I'm going to every game, and it's a bit. I suppose you could say it's exploiting loyalty because really
I
it kind of
think in
is. But
general, to be honest, in general, I think the price as far as charge for things, is far too much. I mean, just looking in
yeah,
the
well, I
club
mean that's the
shop,
general football market now, isn't it?
yeah. I just think Forest, like you look at stats of like shirt sales, for example, how much they cost. We're like very high up there. Like
Mm.
£75 for a home shirt, and it's like 90 if you customize it. Like you look in
Yeah,
the club shop, it's all like insane prices for a lot of things, and it's just I just think obviously they want to make money, they want to level up, and I get that, but I just think it's a little bit you're just pricing people out at the same time. I think, and that's the thing I don't like about it. But,
yeah, it's just a bit much, really.
yeah, yeah.
But it sort of is what it is. I guess the club's going in the right direction. So, tell you what, as well, I'd just like to have a little word about January. January is going to be so much fun. January is going to be delightful. I cannot wait for January. It's
So
going
if
to
we
be
got Wolves and Southampton, isn't it?
I'm not necessarily thinking about this in the fixture sense. I'm thinking about this in the transfer sense.
Yeah,
If
true.
we pick up, any points for our big, if we like beat Everton, we're still around sort of eighth, threatening to push a bit higher, then I think that Marinakis is going to be very, very happy to stick his hand in his pocket and get us some big, players in. It looks like have you seen clips of Yuri Alberto?
No.
I think he plays for Corinthians. They must be sick of us by now, but he's a striker. He seemed to be a little bit poor for his first sort of season, but since then he's been mint. Hold on. Your dad says, when is the third round being played? I believe it's the weekend of the 11th of January. So, considering our game, I don't think it'll be likely for TV at all. So, I'd imagine that will be 3 p.m. on Saturday, the 11th of January, I think. That'll probably be our first home game of the year, won't it be?
A home game, yeah. Yeah. I know Wolves is the first game overall, but
yeah. Wednesday, is that like
game.
the 6th or the
I think it's like
it's a Monday night
or something. Yeah, it's Monday.
Third. Hold on, I'll have a little look. It's the 6th. If you had Taylor Sterling talking again, if you had the option to go to any away game, who would you choose? Also, if you could play a friendly with anyone at the City Ground, who would you choose? What do you reckon?
A friendly with anyone.
I mean, any away game as well, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't really go to many away games, so this makes it more interesting because
So you don't go to any away games, mate.
true.
Unless you've been doing it on the sneak and not vlogging them. Or...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been doing. No, no, I've been to a few. I've been to like a few friendlies, and I never go to league games. So I've always fancied like going to Villa Park or
yeah, no,
Newcastle,
I love an away day at Villa Park.
Anfield, probably somewhere like that.
So I think Anfield, Old Trafford is somewhere that I'd really like to go. So I mean, my ideal away day is Bristol City because I'm based in Bristol, so I can just I literally can get the bus there. It's great. It's
Yeah, that's pretty useful.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I got the bus last time that we got. If you could play a friendly with anyone at the City Ground, who would you choose? I don't know. I don't really know because it's like
You'd have
what
to go for a club you
if
never
it's
play.
because if it's a friendly, then see it'd have to be someone like some like European giant, surely. Because you at that point, like Real Madrid or like AC Milan or something.
Someone like that would be epic.
See, Barcelona. Bring Barcelona to the City Ground. That'd be mint.
Bayern Munich, someone like that.
Yeah,
Dortmund.
Bayern Munich. I'd like that. So I'm trying to think who we beat in the run for the European Cup. Like bring like Malmo or Hamburg to the City Ground just for the sake of a sort of commemorative game, and have like the cup winners that we had in just sort of in and about. I mean, I do think we beat Bayern Munich as well at some point, didn't we? Or did we beat Bayern in the UEFA Cup or the Cup Winners' Cup?
I think we did. I know they absolutely thrashed us once, but I think we beat them at some point.
Imagine an away day at the San Siro. Oh, I mean, if you're saying to go to any away game like anywhere in the world, then yeah. Well, I mean, I'd love to go on away day to the San Siro because that would mean that we're spending Thursdays or potentially even Tuesdays with Callum Hudson-Odoi. That'd be fantastic. I'd love that. Was at Anfield for the 1-0 win. Best atmosphere from us on a day out yet. Yeah, lovely. Bloody wish I could have gone to that. I wish I could have gone to that. I can hardly ever get away tickets. I wish I could have gone to that. That would have been exceptional. My mum has said Newcastle away. I'm not really sure why, because you're up in the heavens. You wouldn't like it, Mum, because you've got a lot of stairs to go up. And no, but it's how many flights of stairs do you reckon it is? That's what I heard. It's like 15.
It looks very.
It's so high, and it'd be one hell. I mean, if we wanted to go to Newcastle away, we'd probably have to fly. It'd be like it's like, I'm pretty sure that the journey from where we are to Newcastle is about to Nottingham, then another length of that distance, and then another one on top of that. So it'd be, I think it's like a 10-hour. There is it'd be like a 24-hour round trip. Or something like that. It'd be crazy. If we lost, I'd probably cry.
That would have been him.
At 30. Flying is where I want to go. Ooh, big ambitions there. Love a little flying to Newcastle away. Mint. I'd have 30. Why are we doing numbers here?
We must have said something.
We're gonna need some context for you there, Dad. When do you think we will next play Derby? I don't know. Well, I mean, you never know. We could get them in the next round. If they don't beat Leyton Orient. I mean, it's
possible.
No results ever locked in, is there? They could very easily lose to Orient, but it'd be nice to see. I'd like to see Forest play maybe. Oh, 30 flights of stairs at Newcastle. My word.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That is wow. I mean, I was halfway there. 15's bad enough. When do you think we'll next play? I will say 2027. because by then nobody will remember that I've said this. So if I'm right, then I can say that I'm right, and if I'm wrong, then nobody's going to tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I don't really miss playing them because like we played them every season as long as I can remember for so
For about
long.
13 years, was it?
Yeah, and I think not playing them for a while, it's like it just kind of the next time I play them, it would be extra special, especially with what we've been through since. Like now being a Premier League team, all those years, it was just like, championship mediocrity most of the time. So it's changed a bit since we last played them.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But even then, they couldn't beat us.
Okay, 2027 Derby will be in the Prem then. No, that's when I think that we'll just happen to draw them. By this point, we'll be in Europe. We'll be playing Leverkusen, Copenhagen, and Marseille naturally. By then, yeah, it'll be great, and then we'll just random. We'll get them in the. They'll go in a little bit of a cup run, and we'll get them in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Heard it here first. And I won't get anything out of this if I'm wrong, will I? Nobody's gonna come back to me in 2027 and be like, "No, we got knocked out in round 2," or something. Preferably by then, I'd like to be only entering the Carabao Cup in the 3rd round. That would be lovely.
Ideally, that would be nice.
But realistically, don't know. It's just luck of the draw, really, for the cup because I don't really see him coming up anytime soon. Where do you think we're actually going to finish the season?
See, I think it's unrealistic for us to say we're going to stay as high as 6th, but I suppose we had a wobble and then we've bounced back by beating Ipswich. So we're clearly still a very good team. It was just we played 2 very good teams, especially Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think it will level out.
I don't think it's that much of a wobble, is it? It's like
not really. It's only 2 games.
Yeah,
I think it will level out a bit. I think people have got to be realistic about what's actually possible. Like, if we drop down to 10th by the end of December, it's like you can't go around saying, "Oh, we're in crisis, get rid of Nuno." If we're in 10th a year ago, you'd be absolutely buzzing about that. And to be 17th last season most of the time, cannot understate how big that is to be that high. This deep into the season, and obviously, we've still got a long way to go. But you're starting to get to the point where you can take it a bit more seriously. Like, can we actually maintain this now? So if we can stay in like the top 8 come the start of next year, then that's an outstanding achievement.
Yeah.
Whether we can maintain it till May, I don't know, but yeah, if we can just keep top 10, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd love that, to be honest. I had a little look at my sort of predictions. I predicted every game that we've got left this season, and I tallied up my points, and I said that we'd have 62 points at the end of the season, which is probably a bit overzealous. I'll run you through my results. Hold on, because I literally just sat and did it on my phone because I was bored. I said Man City 2-0 Forest, United 1, Forest 1. Forest 1, Villa 1. Brentford 1, Forest 1. Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Everton 0, Forest 2. Wolves 1, Forest 1. Forest 0, Liverpool 0. Forest 3, Southampton 0. Bournemouth 1, Forest 2. Forest 3, Brighton 3. Fulham 1, Forest 0. Standard Forest sort of loss. Newcastle 1-1 Forest. Forest 0-1 Arsenal. Forest 1-1 City. Ipswich 0, Forest 2. Forest 3-2 Man United. Villa 2-1 Forest. Forest 1-1 Everton. Tottenham 1, Forest 2. Forest 3, Brentford 0. Palace 0, Forest 2. Forest 5, Leicester 0. West Ham 0, Forest
Nice.
1, and Forest 2, Chelsea 2. That would leave us with 19 goal difference from what we've had so far. But most of that is just on a silly Leicester prediction. And then with 40 points, with 40 additional points, so that's 62 points, and I believe plus 22 goal difference, which in the last couple of seasons in the Premier League, I'll have a little reminder for myself here. Yeah.
We've already got the same amount of points this season as to what we got in April of last season.
That's so crazy. We've done so much better, haven't we? It's crazy. It really is unreal. Hold on, I'll have a little look at what I'm sort of looking for here. So Premier League 23-24, 62 points and plus 22 goal difference would have got you last year. It would have got you 7th. The year before that, it would have got you 6th. The year before that, it would have got you 6th again. The year before that, it would have got you 8th, which isn't quite as incredible. And in 2020, that would have got you 6th. And I'll go one season before that, 2019, that would have got you 7th. And that's actually more points than Nuno's Wolves got that year. So that's quite a lot.
Yeah,
that's quite a lot. I think I'm being a bit overzealous, but I feel like I've left some reasonable room for error here. I've put us to lose to Villa. I've put us to lose to City on the weekend. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. I've put us only to draw with Man United, out of form Villa and Brentford. I've put us to lose to Tottenham as well. I've put us to not actually win. I've put us to only win one more game before the end of the year. But I think our biggest defining point of the season is where we are come, I think it's April, I want to say, because those last 4 fixtures that we've got before Chelsea are unreal. They're lovely. Because if we were to beat Everton, get something out of Spurs away, and then we're looking at 4 fixtures of Brentford at home, Palace away, Leicester at home, and West Ham away. That would be beautiful. That would be lovely. I could very easily see that knocking out 12 points and going on a crazy little run at the end of the season, even if we're 8th, 9th, 10th going into that April, then I could definitely see us sort of sneaking up there and getting it. But realistically, fixtures are very tough, so I could see us, falling down a little bit. I mean, our fixtures in February are awful. We've got Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle, and Arsenal. That's not nice at all.
That's very difficult.
Yeah, horrible. Hold on. This one was made about 5 minutes ago. But would you sell an arm or leg in here? Champions League anthem at the CG. I would sell both arms, both legs, and probably a bit of my nose. I think if Forest were to, I'd do one of those crazy bets, the ones where they say oh yeah, if this happens, then I'd do this, but probably wouldn't even be worth it. It's like if Forest get to the Champions League, then the game after we qualify, I'll go with a massive red afro on, or I'll dye my hair red.
I could actually see you doing that as well.
I'll dye my hair red if we get Europe. I'm more than happy to say that because I really don't want to dye my hair. But, if it locks in us getting Europe, then if someone wants to call me back to that, clip me there, then that's up to you to remind me at the end of the season, when we're spending Thursdays with Callum Hudson-Odoi. It's good stuff. But I don't think that's going to happen, is it?
Unlikely.
Harry, hey lads, Forest Cup run could be on the cards this year. I hope so. You've got Wolves. That's quite an interesting draw for you. It's nice to see you getting a Premier League team again, like you got with West Ham last year. I was there to see Bristol City beat West Ham, which was
a very good performance.
Yeah, it was a massive performance. West Ham were awful though. West Ham was shocking. It didn't show up at all. But City were really, really good. See, I'm happy with Luton. I'm happy with that. That brings me joy. That brings me great joy.
Recent history against them as well, which will make it more interesting.
Yeah, I think that does make it very, very interesting. Our little bit of history with Luton recently. I think that's going to be such a tasty game. There are so many tasty games in this draw that you really do love to see. Look on Henry, Gaetan Bong. I agree. I agree. Should we bring him out? I don't know if he's even retired or whatever.
I think he has retired.
We'll just say for the sake of argument, we should bring him out of retirement to have him play against Luton.
I mean,
not as left back. We should have him playing on the wing.
I mean, he's a legend.
What would your lineup be now? What would your lineup be now if you were to play Luton tomorrow?
Right, you play Miguel in goal, wouldn't you?
Miguel, definitely. That's what I'd go for as well.
I mean, how much would you rotate? I'd probably rotate quite a bit.
I think I'd rotate quite a lot. But
yeah,
see, I don't know how different our team could be looking by then. In the way of I'd hope to say Danilo. I'd hope to have Danilo back. I think that if he's going to be back, I mean, it looks like he could be back within a month. To be fair.
Do you rotate the entire back line, or do you keep a couple of lads in and then put in Morato and Moreira or Nico Williams?
I'd probably have Nico and Moreira because I do really rate Moreira. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see, who else have we got? Potentially Morato and Bolly. I feel like Bolly's been very hard done to with the fact that he's not gotten any minutes since the thingy. I mean, I say hard done to. Our defence has been absolutely outstanding. So I don't think he can have too many complaints, but I thought he was fantastic against Newcastle as well.
He's great. He's just unfortunate now.
I see. Who else have we got in the squad? I'd love to say Danilo because I'd love to have Danilo back fit. That would be fantastic for me because I think that a game like that in the FA Cup to come back to the City ground, I think would be
that'd be
a great game for him to come back to. I'll have a little look at the rest of our squad. We'll say Carlos Miguel. I'd start. Maybe Harry Toffolo. I think I'd probably edge Moreira and Williams out wide. Keep a bit of quality in there. Do you reckon we'll terminate James Ward-Prowse's loan?
I can see why West Ham loaned us to now, to be honest. So probably, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not what we thought he would be.
No, not at all.
With Sangare and Danilo back, it's like,
Laquan says hopefully we'll have Sangare back as well. I'd be very happy to have, Sangare, Danilo midfield. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
That'd be. I feel like that would be sort of overqualifying a little bit, but obviously,
I would play both of them. I don't think both of them would be fit, to be honest.
But, I don't see Sangare being fit, but I feel like Danilo might be. I'd stick Elliot Anderson in there. I wouldn't risk Gibbs White probably. I'd leave him on the bench in case things would go in badly, but maybe not. I'd hand a start to Ramon Sosa. I'd probably start Taiwo over Chris Wood. We'll say Sosa and Ilanga potentially, because I'd imagine that Jota will probably be consistency. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Sosa get a few more minutes. He feels very raw to me. He feels like a player who's younger than he sort of is, because he's 25, and you don't look at him and say, yeah, he's 25. He looks like a kid, doesn't he? He looks very much like he plays a bit like a sort of 19, 20-year-old sort of just coming through, doesn't he?
I did not know he was 25. I thought he was younger than that.
Yeah, how young did you think he was?
I never even thought about it. I just thought he was probably like 22 or something.
I thought when I saw that we signed him, I thought he was like 21, maybe 20, 21. I had no idea that he was 25.
I didn't even really consider it. I just saw him as like more of a backup option for us, but someone with like a lot of potential, a different sort of signing for us.
Well, I mean, yeah, him and Sosa and Jota Silva are the same age. Jota Silva is about a month older than him. 1st of August and the 31st of August are their birthdays. But I'd imagine that Jota Silva is probably going to make that starting place his own, considering how I played against Ipswich and I think how he's played in other games. I think over Elanga, I could definitely see that happening. So I think Elanga and Sosa probably to start. I'd imagine.
I think, I mean, I like Elanga a lot, but I think Jota is really pushing him. I think Jota offers
he's giving him a proper run for his money. Elanga will have to play very, very well if he wants to get that place back off Jota Silva, because I reckon that place is Silva's to lose now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think that's quite this. I think this is quite controversial. I don't think he's quite that bad, but he's not been.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where we can see why he was loaned, but I mean, in his first few games, he was really good. I thought, like against Liverpool, he came in, he did the job. You know, he was. I thought he was good, but he's not offered so much as we expected. I think he had a bit of a disaster class against Arsenal, but nobody really played well there. So I'm not gonna completely write him off yet, but
yeah,
not so brilliant. Oh, we've dropped down to 2 viewers. Oh, great.
We're not entertaining.
We're not gripping. So to give an early prediction for Forest v Luton, just so then I've got it sort of on record, I'll say 1-0 Forest. I think it'll be really cagey. I think the Luton will make it really cagey and difficult, and then we'll just beat them 1-0 rather than a big margin.
I mean, I'd like to see us win big against them, and just in general. I mean, they've been battered quite a few times in the Championship this season.
Yeah,
like 5-1 to Burr. You know, they've been.
I feel like they will. I feel like they will up their game, because I think that they'll see this as a little bit of an occasion, because it's like, you know, these guys are. We know that they don't like us, do they? At all?
No, I just think the FA Cup, there's the potential there for it to not be as straightforward as it probably should be. Like,
that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying 1-0. I think that the quality in our squad, I think, will get the job done, but I think it'll be really tight.
Even second string against how Luton are now, you know, we should be able to win pretty easily, I think. But I do think Luton, it won't be an easy test either, especially, you know, with that FA Cup factor. You never know what to expect in the FA Cup. We saw last season, you know, against Bristol and Blackpool. It's, you know, it's not maybe how you expect things to go all the time. You know, 2 replays against them. So, you know.
See, this. I'm absolutely not going to write them off, because I think that they'll be well up for it, and it's going to be interesting. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting game. It'll be a good watch, I'd imagine.
Hope so.
Because I think that in the Premier League last season, we were looking at them like, yeah, their players aren't as good as ours. They're going to come here and we're going to batter them. And then we didn't. We drew with them twice, even though we had a better squad than them. I feel like there's very much a sort of fighting animal sort of mentality about them. It's like it's like they know that they might not have as good a squad as certain other teams, but they will still go and make a KG, make it tough. They don't make it easy. Because I don't think they took too many batterings in the league last season either, did they?
They lost towards the end, where they got a few times.
yeah, towards the end when they were like pretty much already down.
They lost
And they
5-1
got-
to Brentford. I know that.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. I think of that sort of when their sort of confidence started going at the end, but mainly towards the like start of the season.
It's weird though with them because they had some really good games, but then they
When
just started
Arsenal
to
beat them 4-3, for example,
yeah.
they made a
They beat Brighton 4-0.
beating Brighton 4-0 is crazy. But I don't know if
They
had.
just run out of steam and players.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's strange. They've got some quality in that squad. I mean, I'll have a little look at how they've been getting on.
Not very good.
Well, yeah, I know they've not been getting on very good. Are they in the relegation zone? No, they're 19th. They lost 4-2 on the weekend at Norwich. That's a really horrible pair of fixtures, that Leeds and Norwich away in the same week. They beat Hull. So I'll have a little look at their list of players. Let's see, who did they have last season that they've still got now? Kaminsky, they had last season. Mengi, they had last season. Bell, they had last season. Hashioka, Brown, Clark, Chong, Adebayo, and Morris. See, the core of that's still very much the team that they had last season.
Still got most of it.
I'm trying to think of their main misses. Who did they have at centre back last season? Because they had Mengi and someone else. Gabe Osho. They had him. He doesn't appear to be there anymore.
They haven't got Barkley anymore, though.
They've got that'll be their biggest miss, of course, won't it? It'll be
Barkley. Adebayo, not Adebayo.
So they've still got Adebayo. They've still got Morris as well.
Ogbene,
yeah, that's winger. A big miss.
He's gone.
So they've got Victor Moses now.
That's a bit of a throwback, isn't it?
That's very much a Jesse Lingard sort of.
They haven't got Andros Townsend anymore, have they? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I don't think they do. They've still got Mpanzu. They've still got Mads Anderson, who I thought was playing a lot more last season. But it's a shame. Out of, I feel I was quite rude to Luton generally. I think all Forest fans were, and getting involved in all online debates. And I didn't want this to happen. It feels a bit sad. It's like I'd have expected them to be like challenging for top 6 or something at least, but they're like,
they fell off a massive cliff. They've not been the same.
It feels a bit like a Huddersfield situation. Like, we rode our luck a bit and pipped them to being in the Premier League just about, and then look, they're on their way down.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get relegated, but they're not.
I don't think they'll get relegated. No, but it doesn't look like they're in a good place though at all.
No.
I've been streaming for a long time. Haven't we?
Yep. Yeah.
I think we've just about run out of things to say, to be fair. I don't know who's even watching. I mean, say sort of hello in the chat if you're watching and if you can be bothered. I think I'll probably wrap it up there. We've done quite a lot of talking. FA Cup draw. I think overall it was a really, really good draw. I was happy with that. Just sort of draws as a whole. There's some really big games in there. I like to see the smaller teams getting big teams. I like to see the smaller teams getting big teams. Like Tamworth, Tottenham. That's huge. Chelsea, Morecambe. Liverpool, Accrington, Stanley.
Yeah, there's some good draws.
Some really, really good draws. I'm pretty happy with Forest and Luton. I'd say that's a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 for how happy I am with that. See, the only way I could have been happier is if it was maybe a team that we hadn't played in a little while. I'd have loved the likes of Swansea or Cardiff away. Big allocations there. That would have been great. Maybe a Coventry or a QPR or Portsmouth. I'd have loved Portsmouth because I've got a direct train to Portsmouth from Bristol as well. That would have been good. I think they've got a decent away end as well. Are Portsmouth even still in it? They probably are. No, because all the championship teams came in, didn't they?
Yeah, they all are. Yeah.
Anyway, ignore me. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining me, David.
No problem.
Go and subscribe to, I think it's @officialrads on YouTube.
Yes, go and do that, everyone. If
Yeah.
you're still here.
Subscribe to me too. You know, if you're still here, then you may as well. You know, at least like leave a like and stuff. Don't, because I think that will be pretty tight. You know, being here and then not liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it
You can't
make it.
that.
Yeah, make it worth its time. Come on. Hope you all enjoys your own team's draws. If you're not Forest fans watching this, I'll see you all in the next one. In fact, I will see you on Wednesday because I'm going to Man City away. That one's going to be very interesting because I'm going to be in the home end. So that will probably make for a good vlog. I will have to check whether or not I actually can vlog because I'm going with a couple of people. But if I can vlog, then I certainly will. I really, really hope that I can. So yeah, see you all on Wednesday. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our little bit of waffle. I hope you enjoyed the draw. And yeah, remember to ingest cheese. Good night. Oh, I need to like press the little end stream thing just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So outro again. Like and subscribe to me and to David. Ingest cheese. Good night.